I'm Linda Segerstam from the Intelligent Core, and I teach and instruct Pilates. My main group of people that I work with are golfers, but this routine is going to be suitable for anyone who wants to add flex with bands into their routine, Pilates routine. So we start first to look at what kind of exercises where we can add a flex with band. So I'm going to use the red one first, and just place the red band around the top of the knees for core exercises. So starting first into a hundreds position. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall and start with some C curves in the spine, which is just trying to get the spine to start moving freely, coming into your upright position, and a bit of curl so the tailbone softens down to the floor, and then lift back up again just to warm things up, and then lengthen both legs away and then start moving a bit further. So we're going to go halfway down, lift up, and then reach towards the toes. You can see I'm also flexing my ankles, soften them away, bit of squeeze through the buttocks, and lift, and then reach forward towards the toes. And then go all the way down if that feels good in your spine. So rolling all the way down. You can see now I've got use of that flex foot band. I'm going to push my legs out a bit to activate the back of the legs as I'm lifting up, curling, scooping those stomach muscles in, and then flexing the ankles and reach forward towards the toes again. One more time. So nice and tall. Roll into the floor. You can press the knees into the band as you go down. Taking the arms behind you. Core, rib cage nice and soft. And then lift the arms. Curling up again. Pressing into the band. And breathe. And then flex the ankles and reach for the toes. So straight into some of those core exercises. Starting with hundreds, I'm going to bring my feet in. And then start in a hundreds position with the knees bent. So I roll down into the floor through the spine, place the arms down by the side, bring the feet closer, find your neutral spine. I will come into imprint, pushing down with my stomach muscle slightly when I'm lifting the legs up. So one leg, second leg, heels together, knees are nicely separated with the bend, and I'm going to lift up. So pushing the arms up, shoulders gliding onto the back, onto the mat, and then we push up head and shoulders. So push up, reach, and then start pressing down. Breathing in. Breathing out. So you can take the legs into a straight position as well. One leg or both legs, nice and supported now with a band. One more set. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then still the arms, return the knees in towards your chest, arms down by your side, feet go down 1 and 2. Now I'm going to take the band away for the big circle so I can use my muscles in the legs a bit more. So I'm going to lengthen both legs away, slide one leg up, lift up, turn out slightly in the hip, arms down by your side, rib cage down, and then start moving in a nice circle inside my hip socket. So stability now through your core, through your center. So stomach muscles active, keeping the ribs connected in towards the hip. So ribs and hips connected. And then change direction, so lifting up, kick up towards your face. So if you have hip flexors down, happy to move here. You can lift higher and kick. If they feel quite tight, focus on getting those stomach muscles helping you. One more direction. And then we still the leg, glide the foot down, glide the other foot up, lift up. So one leg is lengthened parallel, the other leg is slightly turned out, and then start again. So we start stirring left, and a bit of squeeze. So you can take the hips slightly off the floor in some of these more advanced versions, but right now you're going to try to press your hip down onto the floor and then kick in towards your shoulders. Lift in towards your shoulders. Got one more this direction. And then we change. We lift up. Go circle, lift. And circle, lift. 2 more. Lifting up to your shoulders. Core working. And then fold the knee in. Bringing that band back again. So taking the band around your feet. Back to that knee position. Find your spine in neutral again. Drop those ribs down, lifting up into single leg stretch. So 1, 2. I'm going to press again with my arms, pushing up, both hands to one knee. Lifting up, Both hands to one knee, lengthen the other. So the band now changes this exercise. So I'm pushing with the back of the leg at the same time as I'm connected into my core. Good, keep going. A few more, and then straight into a double leg stretch. So if your head needs to go down, you go down, otherwise stay lifted, lift up, shake it out a bit, and then both legs, heels together, knees slightly separated, using that band now. Lifting, and then reach, and a circle, and lengthen, and circle. Lengthen up, round, 2 more, and circle. Keep the upper body still. Use the band for position, and then take the hands behind the head, roll the head and shoulders down. Feet can go down and stay lifted. And I'm going to single leg, straight legs. So I'm lifting up again. One leg goes up, the other one goes down. Walk up that leg as high as you can. Then we focus on that front hip, opening up, core still working. And then switch. Breathe out, switch. Good. Breathe out, switch. So that band now is allowing you to find that last little push down towards the floor, whilst the other leg comes up high towards your face. Lengthen and reach up at the same time. And one more time. Lengthen, good. And then bring both legs together. A bit of squeeze to the buttocks. You can slide that band up a bit higher. Hands behind the head. Relax the head and shoulders. We're going to lift up again. Squeeze the heels together. The band is not tense now, it's just there. So inner thighs connected. Lift the head and shoulders. Both legs go down. And lift. Toe taps for easier. Bend your knees rather than the full weight of the legs. If you're happy here, the back of the legs are also connected. And then lift back up again. 2 more. Push down with the legs. Connect your core. Breathe out. Shoulders stay still. 1 more time. And then lift. Push up. And then bring the knees back in. Head and shoulders down. Feet down to the floor. Coming into Criss Cross. So get yourself ready. Check where you are. Relax the rib cage. Lifting up 1. Lifting up the 2nd. The band is now being used again. Hands gliding on the back of the head. Roll up. And then turn. Crisscross. Opposite elbow. Again, that length with the bottom leg. Pushing down slightly. Good. And then turn. Hello, muscles. Let's do 2 more both sides. And then turn. Good. 1 more if you can. Good. And then we place the head and shoulders down. Slide the band all the way to your feet. And then lift the legs up. Okay, and hold them there for a moment. So for a bit tighter tighter back, separate your feet. So the feet are not crunching together. They are pushed out into the band. And then just drop your elbows and shoulders. So we've got length on the back of the legs, tailbone pushing down, and just hold it and breathe. Now to come out of here, I can use the band again in my teaser. So I'm going to push my knees away slightly, drop the feet, lift the head and shoulders, and then push up into teaser or come out a bit before. And just hold, breathe, and then we roll back down again, and then taking the band away, and then place the feet on the floor. Turn, and then lift to come out of it. Now, the band is going to be used for legs, same position, but now we turn onto the side. So we turn into our leg series and oyster. So upper body can be lengthened if you want to focus on your lift and focus on stability here, or higher if that feels like a good position to be in today. So we're pushing up with the knee and still trying to find our glute muscles on the back of the leg. Pressing up. If you start feeling a bit tight in your shoulders, just place your head and shoulder down and then focus on the top leg lifting, keeping that hip stable. And I'm pressing a little bit more with the heel than I'm pressing with the toes. Now open the shoulders and chest and think about nice length through the spine as that knee is pushing up. Let's do 5 and 4. Now comes the rest of the levels. Last couple. And then we change it. So we bring the feet up and then tap down and lift and tap. For 4, and tap, and 3, and tap. So I'm pushing a little bit more into the band. You can do a lighter lift, or you can push a bit more, depends on what you want to do. And then we lengthen, we bring it back and down. So now holding that resistance through the band is going to make the muscle work harder, especially on the side. So make sure glute muscles are still helping. Brush out, bring it back and down. One more time, lengthen, good, and then down. And then we come all the way down, lengthen both legs out, and a bit of squeeze through the buttocks again. And then we lift the top leg up, and then take it down to hip height. So now with a straight leg, and the band is again resisting. Check where your toes are, toes down or toes up. It's going to change the exercise. Both are fine, it's just different positions. Starting in parallel and getting yourself strong here. Let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and then lift and float both legs up. And see if you can do a scissor, which is one leg forward, one leg back. So we switch in the air and breathe. If you feel strong in your core, in your center, the hand comes away onto your hip or behind the head, lifting more and change. One more and change. And then we bring both knees and feet together, and then we push up and change to the other side. So swivel, and then changing to oyster here, and we can be down or up. So we are pushing up with the top leg, and then tap, lift, and tap. And just finding space, and then turning. So the squeeze, make sure you got the buttock working too, not just the side of the hip. And the upper body can be down or lifted. So push up, open the chest, lift, 2 more in this position. Then comes the next one, which is your feet coming off the floor, heels together. So we connect the back trainer muscles. This resistance band is now an add-on, so more weight into the legs for 4, and 3, and 2. Core is active, supporting you. And then coming into the last one, which is the lift, lengthen, back and down. Resisting. The band is definitely resisting now. So you got to focus and down. 2 more. Lift, lengthen. Let's see if I can get that knee a little bit higher. Whoop. And then down. And then come down onto the floor again. And then focus on the straight leg lift. So both legs are lengthening. And then we focus on the top leg lifting up and return. So I've got a bit of my back chain muscles working, a bit of squeeze to the back of the legs. And then keeping that nice stability around the spine. Pushing up, and if it feels okay, I could do a bit more. You're lifting a bit higher, maybe taking the hand up as well. Now comes the scissors. So we're lifting, lifting, holding space, core center working, and then switch. And then switch. Breath in, and then breathe out. It feels like, okay, this side can take the hand on the hip. Yeah, definitely one side stronger than the other, always. Or supported. And lengthen. One more time. Good, and then bring them back, and then bring them in. And then we change position again. Lift up. Push away from the floor, and then take the band away. So, arm work. So return onto the front. Now, this is a quite nice way of getting the right muscles working in a press-up. So planks are part of Pilates, and moving with the arms bent. So if I'm placing my nice band here, and you'll have to check which band works best for you, if it's the lighter orange band or the green harder band. So I'm going to just let the hip roll forward slightly to there. And then I'm going to bend and keeping my body nice and stable. So not sinking in too much with the shoulder blades, and the chest and the hip, everything nicely lined up. So keep going if you're happy. So the lift here is abdominal muscles, which then flattens that back a bit more. So I'm moving forward, pressing elbows towards the side of the body, and then keeping the head in line with the spine. and lift. Let's see if I can get lower. Yeah, so this is a great way of using the band. It feels strong and supported here. Even you can see I'm going all the way to the floor and it's almost bringing me back in position. So a nice way of getting that strength. So I will now try without the band and do the same thing and see how that made a difference. So if I'm now pushing to the floor, yeah, hard of course, but I can get almost to the floor, which I didn't before. Good. And then bring the knees in and then keep the fingers away and then we sit back towards the heels and let the chest come down. So now just coming into your cool down exercises. So we let the chest sink more when we breathe out so the back can expand and open. And I'm going to slide my hands in towards the knees, push the hip forward into the floor, and then chest down, arms out to the side, and just a light lift for the head and chest into Cobra, and then head and chest down. So nose, chest, elbows, and then chest, hips, and nose down. If you want to add the legs come in like a seesaw movement. So you lift up, and as you come down, you lift the legs. Legs go down, lifting the upper body. And then hips down. So obviously here we could add the band around the legs as well. So there's one more thing you can do with the FlexFit band here. Around your knees and lift. And then back down. Hands next to your chest, wiggle about, lift up, and then into your cat, just to lengthen things out. Push the spine back into neutral. Okay, and that is your Pilates workout with a red FlexFit mini band.